Good morning and welcome to Morning Mindset. We're here in the Morning Mindset room on a Sunday. It's a glorious Sunday. And I'm super excited because we're going to be unpacking the virtual assistant entrepreneur over the course of this week. This is because the entrepreneur level of one sourcing is, hi Nikki, the entrepreneur level of one sourcing is coming out and starting this week at the end of this coming week. So I wanted to kind of unpack this topic on the lead up to it. And just so you know, if you want to check out any of the steps that we share or I'm sharing inside the Morning Mindset when it comes to the different levels of one sourcing, then you can go to virtualmissfriday.com/level up and get all 24 steps in advance there. So today, the step that we're unpacking is step number 5, which is about creating a concept for your services. Now, one of the mistakes I think that a lot of VAs will do is feel that the more services they can kind of list out as services on their website, the more chance they will have of finding clients. But a lot of that goes into a sort of paralysis for a client when they get on the website and they see all these choices and all these services listed out. You know, I do inbox management and social media and website updates. And, you know, the fact that we're so diverse is amazing. That's one thing. But unfortunately, if you have a client or a potential client who maybe has not worked with virtual assistants before, or is not super clear on what they're looking for and what services they need, they may not realize that they even need half of the services that you're offering. So we have to clear the decks and take that all away from the client and put the services into a concept. So in the entrepreneur level, we're going to be looking first about concepts of services. So within a service concept, basically, you're going to have to clarify a few things for the client and identify a few things for the client. So basically, you're going to need to package your service with a start to a finish, okay? So instead of just listing out a load of services, you're going to need to package it into maybe 3 to 6 steps. So it's part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6. And those parts need to basically have a flow in them, okay? So the services become a concept that's in a certain amount of parts. This way, the client can come to the website and very easily digest, oh, yes, this is what I need. This is the flow of what I need. This is the order that I need it in. So it will really then make sense to the client if it's put together right. Then you need it to also be repeatable with every client, because you don't want to be chopping and changing and moving around between clients. Some people want this, some people want this. You want to be able to offer a really solid, complete solution that any client that comes in, it's almost like an automated way of processing the work for each client. Now, I'm not saying that you can't have tweaks in there and be flexible. You absolutely can, but you need to get that consistent flow of the concept between each client. And maybe a client will only have 1 or 2 parts of the concept, or maybe somebody will have all of them. But the most important thing is that each part of the concept can be delivered to the client in a very similar way. So it needs to be repeatable. So every new client that comes in, you've super got the onboarding process down, where you begin, what you need, how you start, that type of thing. Then you also need to connect your systems and tech to the concept. So always there needs to be a marriage between the systems that you are working in and the service concept. And then you also need a clear outline of the result to the client. So basically, we're not selling a service, we're selling in each part a little mini result to the client. You know, for example, instead of customer support services, you might sell this as a concept of email performance, okay? So the concept is email performance, not customer support services, because it's basically answering emails so you get it done on time, the client's super impressed, you can upsell within those emails, you can do consultation bookings and things like that. So it's about email performance and how the emails management can perform better rather than just a customer support service. That's one example, but every piece needs to have that. And then basically once they know what the result is, you know, my email is going to perform much better and I'm going to make more sales from it, that's what you're selling. You're not selling answering an email. It's really, really important to distinguish between how to conceptualize your services. You're not answering emails, you're having their email perform better. It's really important to really grasp that. That's why I've done this whole module inside the Entrepreneur on it. And then it's basically got built-in ways of achieving results. So whilst you're promising this result to the client, you need to have your formula and your ways built into that part of the service. So this is everything that we're teaching in the upcoming Entrepreneur. In the first part, this is one step of the process, but that step basically is to create a concept for your services and then know how to really communicate that concept. So when the client lands on your site, they don't see a bunch of services listed out. We answer emails, we do calendar bookings. No. They don't want to see that. They want to see this is what it's going to mean for you. And people really want that meaningful result that they want to see. They just know what they want. They don't necessarily know all the moving parts to get around there. So eliminate that out and just communicate what your concept provides to the client in a succinct way from start to finish. It has to have an order. It has to have, you begin here, then we go here, then we go here and there and there and there. Okay, so that's today's little focus point or focal point. We'll come back again with another one tomorrow. Now we're going to do our accountability. For me, it's the start of the week. For some of you, it might be the end of the week accountability. But I'm really super excited this week coming up in virtual co-working space, particularly the biohacking. I have an incredible share for you. It's going to knock your socks off. In the biohacking, I feel like I've cracked the Da Vinci Code or something for this stuff. It's been really amazing, and I'm so excited to share it with you. But in the meantime, thank you, Nikki. Thank you for being here, and we're going to head into our accountability. And don't forget, this week we've got the Entrepreneur coming up, so do go and check that out at virtualmissfriday.com/entrepreneur, because this level is rocking. Okay, back here tomorrow. See you then. Take care and have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Before we begin, don't forget you can join me live online inside Virtual Co-working Space at www.virtualmissfriday.com/VCS. If you enjoy this session, give it a like. I'd love to hear from you, so write me a comment. And so you don't miss any updates, don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. So now we're going to look for the positive with our gratitude. First, we'll spend 1 minute thinking of the day before, thinking of all the things that happened, reflecting on work, interactions, relationships, memorable moments, and more. Now you'll write one thing down minimum that you're grateful for. You can, of course, write down more. Something good, something that went right, a small moment or a big win. The more you search for things to be grateful for, the more you will experience things to be grateful for. Now we're going to read out your goal. Make sure your goal is written down in a journal or somewhere you can easily access it.
Read your goal now, ideally out loud, and commit to this goal. Believe it will happen. And by reading this daily, the universe knows clearly what your goal is, and the things begin to shift in the direction of your goal. Follow your instincts when this happens by taking action. Now you need to see your goal in visualization. Spend this minute thinking about the goal in your mind. See yourself taking steps towards the goal, or even better still, see yourself having already achieved the goal. Close your eyes and go there. Step into the feeling, step into the place, step into the accomplishment. And finally, it's time for your most important task. Set this task for today and make it relating to your goal. This could be something small like sending an email, recording a video, or making a phone call, or it could be bigger. Either way, one task a day is one step forward, and those steps will add up. Do what you can from where you are now. Set the intention, and the action will carry you towards your goal. Well done you for completing your daily co-create session. Have a fantastic day ahead, and I'll see you next time.